Thank you for coming on into the live and sharing your essence with me, this eternal moment of which we all share an inextricable and inexorable part. Thank you for doing your part, for coming on in each and every day, and we'll do the same without wasting a single second of your time. Bada bing, bada boom, we go into the charts. A little bit late today. I was passing out with my son next to me, and my wife was like, "Don't you have to stream right now?" I was like, yeah, it's a little bit behind schedule today, but it's all good. As we stand currently in the ATOS charts, sorry to keep you waiting if you were waiting. So in the ATOS charts, we have a few hundred pinged in here. We had 838 pinged in at the top here, came down and stopped them out. Currently we're at negative 3K imbalance to the sell side delta. Let's go see if there is some sort of bounce to be had in all of this madness jumping around here. This is the open Wild West right now. coming up, coming down, making some, hitting that 666 region that we had from the lows. Let's go ahead and try to ascertain where we're at. We're going to turn off Momentum Master and everything now, turn off my heads up display, try to find out some ideas of where it could be going. So as of this moment, the impulse retrace that we had, the 236 level, has been maintained in terms of a bearish sentiment, and we have come down to the 706 of that. We had some rocket ships appear the other day off stream. That was quite fascinating, really. We had this appear at the 706 level yesterday with the money bag, and we were like, and then our group took it to the upside. Pretty amazing play with the rocket ship down here at the 6.5 yesterday as it surged out. So where we could go, reclaiming the wick all the way down at 528, is this entire gap down here. We have swept the lows of this Friday, the August 18th level. We could be creating a double bottom reversal idea. It is midweek reversal Thursday, September 28th. You never know where it's going to go. The dollar is making this ascending channel push into the external liquidity range up above here, showing no signs of abating just yet. So it could be pushing into new lows territory for a bottom idea. Let's go ahead and see what type of bottoms we're looking for. Quite. This is where the rocket ships appeared down here yesterday. Just to remind you, off stream we had these rocket ships down at the 609, 590, sub 600 region, and we shot up from that point. Do we start to see some sort of retest of this and show of support? I have no idea, but as of this moment, we came into this fair value gap and rejected back down as well. This was the fair value gap we were talking about prior to the live last time. So this fair value gap was taken after the drop down yesterday here, creating that rocket ship and surging up to the fair value gap. All right, let's go see what the retrace of this is. We could be in a pocket here. Haven't quite come back to the pocket. We came back into the basic pocket here at the 0.66 region. If we come into a deep retrace, we would be coming down into the 786 here. This could be an interesting level. I was talking to a member earlier today, the 786 retrace zone. Let's go ahead and see what the liquidity suggests again. So we got some buys here in the last hour, and we're right above the point of control at 690. Let's go ahead and make sure we're streaming properly, because we went streaming for 20 minutes earlier today, and we're not streaming at all. So let's go see if that is happening again today. It does say we are streaming. There's the KBPS. Go make sure everything's good in the hood. What's up, Rainier? Apologies for being a little bit late. It's my first time to be late to my own stream like that. To err is human. To err is human. Okay. 230 stopped out here in this point of control barrage that's happening. Once again, minus 3K to the sell side imbalance. At some point they could requite that by going higher. Are they going to take these buys for a ride to the downside here? A bunch of choppiness here on the 16 bar, now neutral. 32 bar is bearish in tone. The settlement line up at 739, 200 up here as well. I did punt my Apex before the live, so I got those traded even though they're passed, so we're passed on those. And we did take a little bit of a scalp off stream, technically for a one for a loss and one for a win, so there was two there actually. So we're 50% so far in this choppiness. We're going to chill out a little bit here. I just wanted to get my Apex passed. Speaking of Apex, they do have an Apex sale. I think there's a 90% off sale. Let's go to Apex Trader Funding. If you go to the link in the description, I think there is a sale now, 90% off. Thank you, and celebration sale. Probably save 90 will be your code. So if you go to your Apex, the best deal, bang for your buck for your risk reward to profit threshold is the 50K accounts, and then you can use the Replikanto to link them up. Link for the 20% off code for Replikanto is also in the description. That's what we use to do copy trading. And also, please heed the warning disclaimer above. Trading is extremely risky, and this is for entertainment purposes only. We're currently on the Luminox right now. Pushing up above the 700 level. Alright, we'll see where it goes from here. Let's try it. Third trade. Does it reverse on me here? Alright, easy peasy. We saw it coming up above the highs here and decided it was going to possibly sweep a little bit, so we just took that for what it was worth, and basically going to see with the momentum on now. Boom, boom, boom. And heads up display is on. What is this little bit of happiness with the green dot saying number 5? This is momentummaster.info. Link in the description for more. You can toggle everything, particularly the trend cloud and the baselines and all that fun stuff as it comes into prominence. Coming back above the adaptive moving average here on the 30-second. We're going to start to go in depth here. Getting a cross-up event on the 4-minute. Bullish divergence overall here on the 1-minute. Bullish, bearish into bullish into bearish into bullish. And we're starting to see some bullish divergence starting to play out here. 30-second having a Chaikin money flow burn off and starting to come up above the cloud. Recovered clouds and kissing the cloud is one good thing to see. We have this kiss of the cloud and continuation idea. Getting the finger up and green dot momentum to the upside, 5 time frames oversold. Also starting to see a bounce here above the range of this chop consolidation of the open, so they could be seeing this pivot to take a buy side for a ride now as we go for a ride to the upside here. Let's go see what the ATOS is doing again. So we're coming back to VWAP here at 723 on the hourly. now that 3K in sell side liquidity is now coming to 2K negative contracts, so they're requiting some of that imbalance now by going up. Okay, what's up Rainier with the giraffe and Smurf? 5 people concurrent, thank you for watching. So we're starting to get a little bit of a push here. The cloud on the 1 minute starting to shift here as we burst up. As it does burst through the cloud, it does come back to kiss it at some point to confirm the trend. Does that happen immediately, or will that start to point to 2 o'clock and it comes back at some point into the hour? You had the money bag back here spawning into some hidden bearish do not enter, and then it started to have a little bit of battle of bullish divergence. Overall, the oscillator was gaining steam as we were going lower. So if I was looking at this a little bit sooner, I would have seen that the oscillator was gaining steam and momentum overall as we were coming above these purple trend dots. This last one holding above the trend dot here and getting the green dot confirmation out on the 1 minute with the finger up on the 30-second, as you see here. Four minute now crossing up, creating a bull hammer on the Heikiashi after creating an indecision 2 candles ago. The indecision, you had a bunch of indecision. Overall indecision with the baselines getting close. Watching how that played out. Okay. Now we're doing that Tokyo drift to the upside with above the trend dots, not even coming back in this kind of ascending channel manner, similar to the dollar a moment ago. All right, what's going on? So we took 3. 2 of the 3 were good. I think the runner got stopped out though, because it didn't really run super high into profit there on the 3rd trade, that is. So we punted those 4 that are slated to pass for Apex, and the Bulenox is next. Does Bulenox have a 90% off sale? I know Apex does. I know Bulenox is save 80 if you want the 80% discount. Link is also in the description for that. Bulenox lets you pass 3 in a row now. Let's go ahead and charge my phone while I'm here. Oh, and turn on some ambient light for the purple effect. Are we getting a nice purple effect going? Nice. Yeah, there we go. Booyah! Okay, so 500, 700, 300 buy side imbalance in the last 6 minutes. Now starting to get some sell side entering here. As you see, minus 71 on that little bit of a dip here. That could be some shorts entering and or longs peeling off some profits as they use that to drift higher. You want to see blue overall in a reversal idea. Some red gives it fuel to keep going. Value area high at 748. come back to this periodically. So we're getting this trend dot bounce. This is like one of those, if you're interested in buying the dip you off of the sells idea. This is not my type of play, but that could happen. We got about 1 minute until the hourly closes. We're getting money flying away, cross down event on the 30-second time frame. 45. Wait, what? Okay, 30 seconds to close the hour. Getting bull hammer, bull hammer, bull hammer on the 4 minute, not to be contested. Getting this cloud to come up here. We'll leave it there actually. $8.22. Okay, so the hourly has closed. The algorithm is calculating. Where's the liquidity? Heading towards liquidity. Most liquidity to the upside, boss. Targeting. As we enter the hour of power. The previous pivot of the open, everyone expecting lower, hits the lows, fake out, surge above the cloud. And now we're taking the sell side for a ride. And so now they have these juxtaposition of the hourly candle here. 335 buy side liquidity taken. Now 1K imbalance to the sell sides for the session delta here. So we're almost back to even Steven for the session. Coming up to the highs here at 770-ish, 780, nearing 780. Don't know the exact number here, but basically the highs up here at 780 could be the target at the 800 region. This pool up above not taken. The 821 fair value gap high reclamation off the rocket ship is also up at the pivot high here at 821.50. We could be targeting those levels. Once again, it is midweek reversal Thursday, September 28th. Extreme bullishness on the 30-second trend dot, bouncing off the channel high here and continuing. There was only one sell-off zone off that cross-up event, and then they bought it into that sell-off pool with a bullish order block. Not seeing any divergence of any nature, so there's no reason to even think this is abating just yet. I have that fair value gap from yesterday still there, which happened to be the high from yesterday as well. I sent Bulenox an email and said Apex has a huge sale, so make something happen. Yeah, they should. They normally follow suit. Save 80 though for the time being. Reaching over bought regions here on Optima on the 30-second and the 1 minute. Could drop for a fake out drop and then create a double top with some bearish divergence. We'll see. So we were playing catch up here as we started the stream, so we did not catch this in its entirety. I did long this 3 times, I think. One stopped out, and yeah, we got long, position long, stopped out, position long, take profit 2, stopped out, position 1 long, target 1 hit, stopped out. So we got stopped out on 2 of those. The second one was nearly break even. Third one went to take profit 2. This cloud was a clue here though. If you were making a candle above this cloud here on the 1 minute, and you started making a candle above that cloud with this shifting nature, then yeah, basically, and you're hitting the highs of this push down, attempt to push down, and you're above these trend dots, there's kind of a little mini market structure shift happening there, and then that's where it started to break that region. You had bullish divergence into the bearish, so you had bullish into bearish, into bullish, into bearish, into bullish. So ultimately the oscillator was trending up as you were trending down, so there was an overall bullish divergence forming on this Optima multiple time frame formula. So now we're getting this overbought status starting to cool out, possibly come down into a zone here, and then we'll make another higher high perhaps as this makes a lower high and start to spawn some bearish divergence. We'll see. Starting to get that cross down event do something to the price here on the 30-second. Money flying away on the 1 minute. Cross down event on the 1 minute. Let's go ahead and see again what's happening in the footprints. On the hourly, you had about 800 in buy side up at the 70 region. You had some sells enter there to the tune of 397, so some peeled off long profiteers or some shorts entering here, which could use that to drift higher. You want to see more buys into the tops, not sells, so this could be something to just be somebody that's bought, somebody that sold off their long position there. Let's go see this. So for now negative 2K, so they came back into some sells here, peeling off some of the stop losses of the longs and or inducing some shorts. So holding the super trend on the 30-second and the trend dot on the 1 minute. Could come up for a double top here and sweep this high region. We have yet to do that. Holding the 50 SMA on the 8 bar here. Do an extended M pattern, an ABC with some bearish divergence would be more genuine to see for a true short to be real. Go ahead and switch this 4-minute time frame over to 15 and see what the 15-minute is doing. Getting a cross-up event here on the 15. You got the highs up there at the 822, the whole sweeping of the range potential. We only hit that one time, so are we coming back a second time? hourly time frame, we pierced up above the cloud, came back to the cloud, and we could be kissing off of the cloud here in terms of a rise, retrace, continuation. Don't need to look that far ahead though. Just like yesterday, we projected this 822, but it went down to the bottom first and then surged up to 822. And that kept us from playing any short because we were expecting that. I don't like the expectations of this stuff. Not putting in a higher high just yet on this micro structure. How's everyone doing, by the way? Had that channel average bounce on the 30-second, the trend dot on the 1 minute. Let's go see what is getting bought in here. Okay. Negative 1K sell side imbalance. Previously 2K as we dropped down there. Bought it back up. So the money flow getting beneath the RSI here, starting to suggest a wind up pitch to the upside. The curvature on the 30-second looking like it could be fatiguing at some point. 1 minute cloud still strong here, and the 4 minute just getting started. But once again, we talked about how you have this burst through the cloud, you retrace into it, and then possibly continue. So pull back after some shift, pull back, continuation. At some point, having the pullback after the shift would be something to expect. Coming back beneath the trend dots here with the suppression of the price of the baselines on the 1 minute and the 30-second. Do not enter as you come below. Indecision on the 4 minute closes in 2 minutes 25. Coming back to the 30-second cloud. Let's see what type of sell side was generated on that drop down. Minus 305 in sell side imbalance there at the 756 region. Still holding the average for the second time now at the cloud, the waning, starting the curving angle on the 30-second, the money flow beneath the RSI at the 50 level here. Not getting money flying away, so there's not so much strength in this. Holding the trend dot on the 1 minute. could surge higher as we suggested for putting in a higher high and putting in a lower high on the oscillator could get you set up for that bearish divergence if you do surge up here, making the short look juicy, but it might be just to trap some more sell side for that one last squeeze. "14 minutes into the hour, minus 1K imbalance to the sell side. So if you get this easy squeeze up to here or something while not making a higher high on the oscillator, it could be some tonality for some reversal at some stage. Holding the cloud here, so far so good. We'll take it. Is it gonna do it? Let's see. Fourth trade. If it doesn't enter into profit soon, we will cut it. Pulling back here. Could be stopped out. And we will be stopped out. That's why we use the ATM, because we're not going to risk it, but we could be ultimately wrong. But yeah. Breakdown at the cloud here, not doing an extended M. You had a money flow bearish divergence and breakdown, and here we go. We're pulling back to that 1 minute cloud here. There was no double top idea at all. That was your double top 30 second and 1 minute cross down event, having you at hello. No narrative needed, just play the baselines as they see fit. So that was 2 for 4 now, 50%. Need to chill out a little bit. Maybe we'll go to size that down to a 3-pack until we can start to bring ourselves out of that idea. Coming back to the super trend on the 16 bar, a pivot point from this open here on the 8 bar. So they're going back into the sell side. Let's see how much they refueled off of that. Minus 515 sell sides imbalance stopped out there. 228 in the previous and 307 in the previous 6 minutes. So you have 6 minutes of sell side liquidity taken as you come back below the VWAP at 732. Oops. And that was a micro shift, if you will, a trap that was laid. The fair value gap should have been displayed within these 1, 2, 3 candles. Also, you had 1, 2, 3 candles here that you're coming back into a fair value gap on. So let's go ahead and see what this retrace is looking like here. Now we're back at the equilibrium of that impulse to the upside from the open. Also the adaptive on the 1 minute. So 50 SMA holding here. on the 16 bar. You had an indecision here on the 4 minute. Should have paid attention to this one here. We closed the indecision on the 4 minute on the Heikiashi. Indecision up, you had bull hammer, bull hammer, bull hammer, bull hammer, indecision, and then we started to come down right after that. Holding the cloud on the 1 minute here. That was the 5th trade entering, holding on the cloud. I'm gonna just play those cloud kisses when I see them, just because that's what we do. Cloud kiss bounce idea, holding. And we're up 60 ticks on that. Did that pay for the loss? Not quite yet. We'll just post that into the channel to look at later. Sorry if you sent me a message and I didn't see it. I was passed out a moment ago. And here's where that theory, your overall theory could be true, but your just entry was not, because they could come up to that high, create that bearish divergence, and then shift out. As it stands right now, if you're looking for the opposite case to be true, you had 3 candles here. You're trying to come back into some of this liquidity and possible bearish retest to the downside, but cloud is so far so good as a bounce here on the 1 minute. The angle in which it's tapering here is similar to what happened on the 30-second here. So the 30-second now having a moment where it's turning purple, and you have this bearish retest idea forming. Indecision on the 4 minute, closing in 1 minute 26 at the cloud on the 1, and let's go see what the footprints have to say. As we sleuth it up with our magnifying glass to see what is. So you had 333 bought in there, imbalance to the buy side, possibly the shorts getting stopped out, I don't know, but then they came back 111, 112, minus 2K in negative sell side imbalance that they could come back into at some point. This right now looking like an ABC to the downside, not making it above the midway point. This is this impulse here, most likely a deep retrace into the 786 here. So you came up to the 786 and now you're possibly coming lower. We took the first equilibrium bounce for what it was worth. Do you come back into the pocket down below here? The C wave would take you down to that 0.6665 region, as we ultimately retrace down into that 4-minute cloud. So the money stack subsided at that 30-second cloud. The last candle after that, you had no money stacking on the table anymore. That was where we most likely got stopped out with our runner. 756.25 on the last runner. 756.25. 756.25. So we were trailing aggressively, so it was up here. We got right at the top. That's why the ATMs just do its thing, and you don't even really know where I got stopped off into strength, into that. And the total number for today, 5, and we have 3 out of 5. So far, so good. Shout out if you were putting the impulse here to here and measuring this impulse, and you had this deep retrace to the 786. You got that rejection smooth off the 786 there. We didn't catch it in time. We were in the long, that's why we didn't. Got to get better at like pivoting and looking at the other side as we're in, and you can go reverse, 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 and be taking on, cleaning it up on both sides. Possibly coming down to the golden pocket here. We had the previous 0.5 equilibrium bounce from this level here on the wick. We at the A wave, we equilibrium bounced off of that. We're coming back potentially for a second hit, but most likely we'll break through it like butter down into the C wave down below, into the golden pocket region. Do we get a deep retrace down into the 706 and below? The 706 would have you at reclaiming this entire candle and coming beneath this cloud on the 4-minute. As we approach that halfway point of the hour, where the algorithm does its thing to whack out both sides and provides you with some clean volatility trades with math on your side and confluence being your guide. Interesting, we had some bullish divergence there I didn't see. We were making a lower low on the 1-minute oscillator while higher low on the price, hidden bullish, and that's what caused us to bounce off the cloud there. I just took the cloud bounce, I didn't see that. But that's why Optimo will let you know, were you watching this? It's like, oh, okay, that's what was there too. I wasn't watching it. Making a higher low. Alrighty then. We're not getting the warnings about the music. I guess we're at a different point in streaming. We didn't have 30 minutes prior to the market where we were chatting it up. Possibly getting a cross-up bounce off of the adaptive here for a double bottom potential. You never know. It could just be another bounce off of that level. They could have too many people to come back into. Here's our announcements for the day. Yeah, to pull back to the 50 and bounced. Second pullback beneath the 50 to the 200 and bounce on the 16 bar here for the Venko charts. I'm still seeing the ABC to the downside though. We'll see. Rejection of that 30-second cloud perhaps as you create this channel behavior, channel oscillations to the downside here. As we get that strength pullback continuation idea, little ABCs within ABCs. And now we're back to the 618 of that first opening strength play to the upside. For the pullback continuation idea, we're coming into this golden pocket. Ideally, the second hit to this region would be a more, what's the word I'm looking for? Not taking the first one, because they sometimes rip through it like they're doing with like butter, and going into a deep retrace phase down to the 786 perhaps at 682. So watching the first bounce and then looking for a second hit confirmation as we go beneath this 4-minute cloud. Let's go see what is triggered on the sell side. 478 stopped down there at the point of control. We're back at the point of control here. Not seeing so much generated in that zone. Ooh, we came to the 786. We're at the 786 bounce potential region. If you hold that zone, similar to the rejection up here, this is a deep retrace. You'd have to see it hold, of course, into the oversold regions here. Ultimately bearish across multiple block periods here. The money flying away has abated as of the last 30 seconds here. Not seeing so much volume on this last 4-minute candle. So far holding the 786. Alright, we'll play it. 786 bounce for the win. Trade number 6. Let's see. Can you get a bounce here or not? Ever so slight. We won't stay in for long if it's not. It needs to make it immediate shift here, or we are wrong. There we go, immediate shift please, thank you. Go up to the first one, peel off 2 please. There we go. That's a win. That is 4 for 6 so far. Now we're at break even. It could come stop out this 2 contract runner, which it will most likely do right here. Yep, but it is what it is. We took 4 contracts on that. Whoops. Let's go ahead and see this 786 bounce happen. If it comes back a second time and holds, I might consider re-entry. We'll see. Could just miss it though. Money stack, money stack, money stack on the 32nd with the cross-up event coming back into the trend dots. Potentially speaking, after getting that little C liquidation wave. Could be a dollar cost average trap though, so beware, but here we go. Okay. The 30-second cloud is what I'm looking at here, this angle, whether it's genuinely looking to abate or not. Money stacks starting to subside here on the 32nd. Still have the 4-minute cross down event to mind here. Cross-up event on the 1 minute, now confirming, needs 20 seconds to close to be real. Price above the 1 minute. Generally when this happens, it comes back down to create a double bottom, we'll see. Similar to here, we crossed down, we went back up and then dropped. 1 second, all right. Let's go see if any clusters are appearing. Contract clusterization. So you had 147 sell side enter there. Some buys to the tune of 557 entering off the point of control bounce there. Still overall sell side imbalance of 2K. We requited 1,000 of that down off that point of control bounce that we took. There was 3K imbalance in the sell side. You had 638 stopped out in that drop off the point of control there. And that's where we considered going long off the 786 bounce. Is it coming back a second time for that 786, or is that it? Was that your shift, pullback, continuation idea? "20 minutes till the hourly candle close, where we will bid you adieu." The 30-second cloud still showing signs of going down here. The angle is not curving just yet. Now you'd have to break above it or hit a battering ram against it to start to change this angle, which it looks like it's doing. One-minute cross-up event is inbound here, confirmed true. Price action coming above that. What does that mean? Well, the baselines are your first signs of reversal. One of the few leading moving average formulas you will find. and this is where you find the price action following suit with the baselines up above them, with the baselines beneath them for the upside plays. That 786 deep retrace bounce was pretty decent. I was just talking about somebody with that today with somebody, and we saw two 786 to 786 rejections here, and this could be your D wave going higher. You have A, B, C, and A, B, C, D. You know, this could be your larger C playing out here. Momentum shifting to the upside here. Got my pomegranate vinegar water. Yummy. So one thing I could have done here in retrospect is watch this hold the trend dots here. So this held the trend dots here, and basically on the 32nd the stacking subsided, and then when we held that started to close candles above this trend dot, that bearish trend could have been thought of as over. And it was also seeing that on the 1 minute candle started to push up above that trend dot, and as soon as I saw it go in on the 1 minute, I could have aggressively taken that up too. Just trying to play the hindsight game. And then we got up to the 1 minute cloud and started to reject here, starting to come back to the cloud on the 32nd for that kiss. And now you're starting to see the angle change here on the 32nd. Got an indecision on the 4 minute. Need to keep heed on when those candles close. So we're back at the VWAP here at 732. Just above VWAP here, 723 on the 2 minute chart. Pinging in some buys. Now negative 1K in sell side imbalance. So despite me getting stopped out, the places that I was entering were fire. If I had just had a less aggressive stop, I could have a runner still in this, feasibly speaking. I might need to tweak that, or like if I'm looking at these zones as like bigger, deeper pullbacks and deeper continuations, then I should run a deeper adaptive stop loss that allows for more flexibility. I didn't switch up the model I was using for the ATM. So that's the one critique I would give, would be I used too tight of a ATM strategy off the 786, but the 786 bounce off the oversold region was pretty good to think about. And we're probably going to see our way out of here, possibly to hit the highs at 822, who knows. And those were your two kind of silver bullet plays. You could have played this impulse retrace continuation to the downside here. That was nice and smooth. And then you had this impulse to the upside into the hourly back to the 786 retrace, and now we're getting a continuation here too. So you had two opportunities, one to go short and one to go long off of the math within this hour that were pretty easy trades if there is such a thing. Did anyone take that? That 786 banger, booyah! It's funny how you talked about it and now it appeared like today was the 786. You must have like a bug in your phone or something. And you had this double bottom, this C divergence here. It didn't even play out because there were so many candles to look back on in terms of pivots, so it's not going to draw that line there, but that is a C divergence right here on the lower low on the price action, kind of equal low on the oscillator. Boom! Pretty decent from 682 to 786. That's like $100 of price action there. If you're still in that, congrats. And if you break this, then you're slated to come back up to the equal high region from yesterday, where we recovered that fair value gap. So everything flipped like that, boom, to bullish. They were all bearish and now all bullish on all of the Renko blocks. Basically pulled back to super trend bounce, pulled back to super trend 1 bounce. You could have gotten in aggressively on the super trends on the 8 bar. And boom. So this one is negated now, so we can delete that. It's in the past. Technically this one is too, but I just will leave it there as the current reaction zone. So 6 trades taken, 4 out of 6 were good, but we took a full hit on one of them, so I believe we're still, slightly negative on the eval for Bulinox. Note to self, when it gets to the 786, change the ATM strategy to a wider strategy, possibly taking a larger play. Not scalp mode, think swing mode on 786s. So now we're just drifting up higher, getting overbought, entering into territories. Let's see. 10 minutes till the candle close. Let's see what's going on. We're approaching above the value area high, getting about a lot of buy side shorts being squeezed here.
Fatality.
And 576 stopped out there in short buy side, and getting some negative sell side entering for possible drift fuel. $76 banger is my favorite type of banger. Nice. Yeah, that was a pretty good one. That was really good. They didn't even give you a second opportunity. They were just like, nope. Once in a lifetime. Boom. It'd be nice if I could link the ATM strategy to these trend dots and stuff, like have it hold beneath the trend dots and whatnot. In the future. Have it like be up against this one as you start to come above it, kind of thing. And they're giving the squeeze-a-roo to the shorts here with that ABC to the upside here. A, B, C. Shift, pullback, continuation, rise, retrace, continuation. It's whatever you want to call it. Cloud kiss on the momentum master side of things. Come back to that cloud. On the 4 minute, we talked about pulling back to this. We were expecting a double top for whatever reason, and then we didn't go short, but our theory of the pullback was true, despite what story narrative we fed ourselves into not taking the short there. Let's go switch this to the 2 minute. See what the 2 minutes about. 2 minutes much cleaner. Maybe I'll use the 2 minute instead of the 4 minute. You had this cross down event play out, cross up, came beneath the cloud, came up. Possibly coming into an order block to create that bearish divergence for the future. $282 sell side as some longs get stopped out. Maybe the aggressive players or the people trailing in profit peeling off here, and or shorts entering to become drift fuel. It's this melody that gives me that detected audio stream to someone else thing. I just don't want to use those free non-copyright playlists. They're garbage. Why would I want to pay for a service for somebody's non-copyrighted music that's not cool to listen to? You know what I mean? Why can't I credit the artist and just have that appear at the bottom of my stream so you can give, you know, what's the word? Press to those artists where it shows the track being played by whoever. And then if you want to give them the ad revenue, you can even do that too. Like, why block things? Like the whole negation thing of blocking. Why not just like integrate? Integration would be better than blocking. the earlier days of YouTube allowed you to use music more freely. All right, so we're bouncing potentially off this cloud to come back up for an unbelievable continuation squeeze thing, creating the bearish divergence drift. I don't take this up here, but you could take it for a few ticks perhaps. So Friday's just around the corner. I was talking with Momentum Master member about possibly hopping in the Discord chat and chatting it up while we're streaming live, and the live chat will be obviously blocked. You won't be able to hear it on YouTube, so it will be kind of a private chat, but I'll be interacting through there perhaps. I don't think it'll get double audio for me, but we'll see. We'll try it out tomorrow. Boop, boop, boop. And so you get that higher high where you get that lower high drift, and it starts to build up this bearish divergence squeeze to the upside. You're getting the money flow beneath the RSI for that push. Congrats if you took the 786 bounce on either end, doesn't really matter. Delta is now even for the session. We're at even session delta, neutral, and we are at a point where there is buy side and sell side peeling out at both sides here, so you're getting this equilibrium reached for the session. So they could go squeeze the buy side and create some buy side inefficiency, and then they drop it on the buyers and rinse and repeat. Cloud started to shift there. There was an opportunity here to possibly see that candle hold here. It comes up on the 32nd, and then you could have just seen, okay, well, the cloud angle's shifting. Sometimes we tell ourselves a narrative, so I was thinking of like 2 hits to this. So I was like impatient, or not, I was too patient. I was hesitating about entering there. So I'm just being actively, honest with where I could have, shoulda, coulda, woulda gotten in. This held the adaptive moving average here on the 1 minute. That was also a sign, a clue. Three minutes for the candle close. 1 minute cross down event, potentially inbound in the next 9 seconds. As you make a higher high and a lower high, and that bearish divergence presents itself. Cross down event on the 1 minute confirmed. We'll look at the ATAS one last time. Let's see. Still even for the session here. Could go to either side. Could go retrace into the buy side today. Remember, it is Thursday, midweek reversal, September 28th. So that is where you could see some retrace into the buy side now, after establishing 2 hits to the low and potentially starting to go into some of that buy side for those shorts that have been open for the past week or so. You never know. We have yet to test that yesterday high region from the rocket ship takeoff. "30-second clouds starting to taper in a manner here. Still holding the super trend. All that fun stuff, the trend dot reclamation, bounce off the 1 minute. All right, ladies and gents, that's all the time I got. Sorry for being a little bit late to the open. Hopefully you caught some trades. We were 4 for 6. And that's about it. So thank you for coming on into the live and sharing your essence with me in this eternal moment of which we all share an inextricable and inexorable part. And thank you for doing your part, for coming on in each and every day, and we'll do the same, bringing the fire, the accuracy, the precision, all that fun stuff, and we will catch you